What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about where is Scandinavia? What is Scandinavia? So, this is a question that many Americans, like myself, oftentimes wonder about because every so often we hear this word, Scandinavia, and we have no idea where that is. So I at least know that Norway is part of Scandinavia. Norway is in Scandinavia, but I have no idea what all of Scandinavia really means. This already puts me a little bit ahead of many Americans, that I at least know that. But today, I just want to clear this up once and for all. So let's take a look.
Scandinavia. Look at this Arctic wonderland. Fjords, saunas, fjords, lutefisk, blondes, Vikings, blonde Vikings, fjords, IKEA, babies in government-issued boxes, Santa, death metal, and fjords.
Wow. Whoa. Is this accurate for Scandinavians out there? Is this accurate? Is all this is this how you would define Scandinavia?
Fjords, saunas, fjords, lutefisk, blondes, Vikings, blonde Vikings, fjords, IKEA, babies in government-issued boxes, Santa, death metal, and fjords. But where exactly are the borders of Scandinavia? Because not all of this stuff is in it. Scandinavia is just 3 countries exactly: Sweden, Norway, and Denmark.
Oh, is that all? Is that it? Oh my God! Okay, that's it. We can wrap it up. We can go home. That's all we needed. That's Scandinavia. It's just 3 countries. For some reason, I thought it was a lot bigger than that. It's Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. That's it. Okay.
3 kingdoms, to be more precise, all of which are on the Scandinavian peninsula. Well,
wait, what? Okay. We're not done. It's these 3 countries, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, but all of this area is the Scandinavian peninsula? I've never even heard of the Scandinavian peninsula.
3 kingdoms, to be more precise, all of which are on the Scandinavian peninsula. Well, except Denmark and, plus Finland. Wait, this doesn't help at all. Forget.
What? What? Oh my God, is this more complicated than I thought? Maybe that's why so many Americans are confused about this. I bet there's a lot of Americans out there that think Scandinavia is the name of a country. That's just a country. But it's actually a group of countries. And I don't even know what the Scandinavian peninsula is. It includes Finland, but no Denmark, or...
Get that. The 3 countries on this peninsula can be collectively called Fennoscandia, but if you do, everyone will look at you weird because no one except the nerdiest of geography nerds uses that word.
That's a real word? That's actually a real word?
Countries on this peninsula can be collectively called Fennoscandia, but...
Fennoscandia. If you're Norwegian or Swedish or Finnish, have you even heard of this word before? Fennoscandia? That's actually the name of those 3 countries? What? I've never heard that.
But if you do, everyone will look at you weird because no one except the nerdiest of geography nerds uses that word.
Okay.
Fennoscandia. So Scandinavia is a term that's 1 part geography, 1 part history, and 1 part linguistics, which is why people will argue about who exactly is included. Finland...
Oh... I thought it was just Norway, Denmark, Sweden, and that's the end of the story. I thought that was it. There's actually some debate. There's some debate about this, about what Scandinavia really is.
Finland is normally excluded because she used to be considered one of the Baltic sisters with historical ties to Mother Russia, and Denmark, though on the other side of the sea, is included because of her relationship, it's complicated, with Sweden. They've had something like 15 to 21 wars between them, depending on how you want to count
Oh
it.
my
And
God.
it's complicateder because they mostly fought over Norway. And who wouldn't? She's beautiful and rich. Anyway, when out...
So here's another question. Why does this area of Europe have a special name, Scandinavia? Why does it even exist?
Outsiders say Scandinavia, they probably mean the Nordic countries. That's these three, plus Finland and Iceland. Though
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh, this just keeps getting worse and worse. So there's not just Scandinavia. There's the Nordic countries. I've heard the word Nordic before. These are all words that Americans, like, we've heard these words, but we've never bothered to really understand what they mean. We just kind of nod our head and we're like, yeah, Scandinavia, sure, yeah. Nordic, right. Because we're a little embarrassed, I think. But today I want to set the record straight. Scandinavia, Norway, Denmark, Sweden. But Nordic includes Finland and Iceland?
they probably mean the Nordic countries. That's these three, plus Finland and Iceland. Though
Those are the Nordic. Where does the word Nordic come from? Nordic almost sounds like Norse, which I think of as Norway. But Nordic means like all 5 of these countries.
you can hardly blame people for confusion when organizations like the American Scandinavia Foundation lists everyone as members, and all the Nordic countries...
No way. Really? This is an American website? Hold on. Hold on. I gotta go back a little bit. What did that say? Hold on. Rewind. Oh, come on. There we go. This is the American Scandinavian website. And it says Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, and Sweden. That's even more confusing because that's Nordic, not Scandinavian.
And all the Nordic countries sometimes advertise abroad under the banner of Scandinavia anyway.
What? Alright, so I'm sure everyone is confused at this point. If you live in Scandinavia, if you out there live in Scandinavia, maybe you can comment on this video and explain, what do you call Scandinavia? Is that just Norway, Denmark, Sweden? Or does that include Finland and Iceland? Maybe we should be asking Scandinavians. But yeah, what do people from Finland and Iceland have to say about this?
This is the Holland approach to international relations. If there's a fun name that everyone likes and keeps using wrongly, just go with it. The Nordic countries get along well enough that they've made an official union, the Nordic Council.
Oh, the Nordic Council. These 5 countries have a name. Nordic. Nordic countries, Nordic Council. So shouldn't Scandinavia mean something else?
A Viking cool kids club that other northern European places occasionally, unrealistically, dream of joining. Though the Baltic sisters do get to sit with them, but not actually vote on anything. The Nordic Council is largely a collection of committees that tries to get its members to cooperate on common problems like the Arctic environment and social welfare and business in the region, and also finds time to make a surprisingly long and hilariously specific list of rules for how their logo can be used, including...
I've never really heard of the Nordic Council. I've always kind of thought of all these countries as being pretty independent, having their own governments. Like, there's some similarities with the culture, I'm sure. But yeah, Nordic Council. How big a deal is that?
Including a respect distance, the sovereignty of which must not be violated. But the biggest deal of the Nordic Council is that citizens of these 5 countries get to live and work in any of the others, which, if you've seen the EU video, adds yet another semi-overlapping bubble of complexity to an already complex region.
Really? Is this true? Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, and Iceland have an agreement where you can live and work anywhere in the Nordic Council, the Nordic region? Really? So if you live in Norway, you could choose to live in 4 other countries? And you don't have to like fill out paperwork. Do you have to become a citizen or wow. I had no idea about this relationship.
The immigration rule, however, doesn't apply to Icelandic horses, which are 1. Super adorables, and 2. Banished from returning to Iceland should they ever leave, but that's a story for another
Okay.
time. Now, it wouldn't be a political union in Europe without some special territorial weirdness to mention, mainly Åland, an autonomous region of Finland that speaks Swedish, and the Faroe Islands and Greenland, both...
Wait, there's random parts of there's random parts of Finland east of Sweden and Faroe Islands and wow, I did not know. These are strange.
countries in the Kingdom of Denmark. Greenland is really the odd girl out in the Nordic club, given that she's in the wrong hemisphere and that Greenlanders aren't historically or linguistically related to Nords. Also, her flag ruins the otherwise consistent design motif, but she's part of Denmark.
Look at this. Yeah, I mean, it kind of is appropriate that there's a Nordic council where all these countries have a relationship, because look at the flags. Look at the flags. They all match. They all follow the same design scheme. That's kind of cool.
Denmark, because Vikings. Lastly, there's Svalbard, an unincorporated territory of Norway that must be mentioned because it has prepared for the apocalypse with a seed bank of every plant to rebuild all of agriculture.
That's right, the seed bank. Svalbard is a lot bigger than I thought. Is this map accurate? Svalbard is huge.
Should it be necessary. And it's also guarded by armored bears. So that's that. Next time you say Scandinavia and you're not 100% sure who that includes, just say the Nordic countries instead.
Oh, is that the secret? Wow, oh my gosh. You know, I was confused about Scandinavia, and this confused me a bit more, but I think overall this helped. I didn't know about the Nordic countries. Nordic is another word I've heard of. I almost thought that meant Norway or Norse, but it's Nordic. Scandinavia? Now, so basically, I think Scandinavia is Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. And the Nordic countries is Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, and Iceland. Can everyone agree on that? Or I'm kind of curious what people think, but this definitely educated me. Definitely, because in America, I'm telling you, we avoid using the word Scandinavia because we don't know what it means. Now I know, I can spread the word to everybody. I really actually enjoyed this. I got a lot out of this. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment, especially if you live in Scandinavia. How do you define Scandinavia? That'd be fun to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.